To get to the circuit board, you're going to want to use your needle nose pliers and disconnect your charging port. Same way, grabbing a hold of the plastic, not the wire. Then you're going to want to grab a small Phillips to take these two screws out down here. Once you get those two screws out, if you're standing behind it, the left side just lifts up and slides out. Set that off to the side. And you take the same screwdriver. You have 4 screws in the first you're going to want to disconnect everything else. So pull up on the motor one. Disconnect that. Your motor brake back here. You just pull that out of the way, and then your main harness, just wiggle it a little bit, it'll pop right off. Then you can do your 4 screws. There's just 1 in each corner of the circuit board. Don't lose the screws. You're going to be reusing them. I usually try and grab a hold of the motor prongs. Gives you a good way to slide it out. You got to be careful because your limit switch is on the back. Then once you get it out, you never want to grab it right by the board itself. Always grab it by the edges. And then you get your new one, just reverse the process. Just kind of go in there, don't force it. You'll feel it, the limit switch sit down into the hole. Line your holes up, then put your screws back in. I don't tighten them all the way in until I get all of them started, just in case they need to move the line up. So I just give it a couple of turns on each one. And once you do it, you just do them snug. You don't have to tighten them hard. You don't want to crack the board. I use 2 fingers to turn till it stops turning. Do not use a drill and a Phillips to do this. You want to do it by hand. And then once you get your new board secured, you're going to start putting the wires back on. So I start with the main harness. Get it lined up. Once you get it lined up, just press on it. You'll hear it click in. Then I take the motor brake. You'll see a little edge there. It'll line up with the other edge. Push that in until it clicks. Take that wire. There's 2 castle nuts. You just tuck it back like that. It keeps it out of the way. Then you can hook your motor back up. Positive to positive, negative to negative. You hear the little click, you know it's engaged. You take your top plate, go in at an angle. There's a little bitty slot with a wire. You want to put that wire right in between and slide it in. Sometimes you gotta take your screwdriver and pick that wire back up just so that it'll fit in there just right. And slide it down. Get it in there flat. Then you can put your screws back in. I wouldn't suggest tightening these screws up all the way until you get your back panel back on. It just makes it easier to set. Just give her a couple of turns. Once you get those set in there, you're going to want to hook your charging port back up. Negative to negative, positive to positive. Same thing, you want to hear a little click when you press them in.